This is the Louie Tee Network.
I'm ready for some football. I don't know about you. Who else could it be but your man Lou? Yeah.
Overtime. So we head to overtime.
Who else could it be? For me, your man, Louie Tee. Welcome to Sunday Night Football Overtime. Revenge is a dish best served ice cold. And my boys were cold-blooded tonight. And this feels good for a number of different reasons. And we'll get into all of those things here in this breakdown of the Sunday night game. Redskins, Green Bay Packers, 42-24 victory for the burgundy and gold Washington Redskins in this game over the Green Bay Packers. We'll break this game down here in a second. And I'm not going to take long. I didn't take any notes. Again, I'm on a bye week, but I said I was going to do all the primetime games, so I'm going to be a man of my word and come up here. But I'm telling you, the effort in terms of the note-taking and all that, it's not up to top notch. The actual level and standard that you hold me to, it's not what you're going to get tonight. But come on, man. My boys won. You know I'm amped, so we're going to do this thing up and we're going to do it right. But before we do all of that, if this is your first time here to Louie Tee Network, welcome and subscribe to Louie Tee Network for more great content in 2016 and beyond. Look, man, we changing the game over here. It's no joke. Man, we changing the game over here. Want you to be a part of that by simply hitting that red subscription button and coming on board and being a part of this movement here on the Louie Tee Network. Be sure to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Also, I'm on Twitter. If you want to stay abreast of what's going on here on the Louie Tee Network, when I'm doing a live feed, when I'm posting something new, the best way to do that is via Twitter. That's when you'll know exactly when I'm going live. So go ahead, follow me at In the Lab Room, all my social media platforms right there in the screen up above, scrolling up and down. So make sure that you go ahead and follow me on Twitter. And I'm also on Facebook. In the Lab Room is the Facebook page. Go ahead, give me a thumbs up. I'm going to put some exclusive content on Facebook a little bit later on in the season as I start to really get a hang of everything and all the ways I want to start exploiting Facebook. I'm going to be doing some big things there. So go ahead, get ahead of the curve and like the Facebook page. In the Lab Room is the Facebook page. So again, like the Facebook page, In the Lab Room. Follow me on Twitter at In the Lab Room. And also, most importantly, subscribe to the channel Louie Tee Network on YouTube. That being said, let's jump into this breakdown. Likes, dislikes, banana, and tailpipe. I really don't have that for you, but I got a damn bunch of likes. So let's jump into that, man. Likes, dislikes, banana, and the tailpipe. Like, dislike, banana, and the tailpipe.
What y'all, the second team?
We're the first team.
Yeah, we're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
There is so much to like from this game. I don't know where to begin. I mean, as a Redskin fan, first and foremost, the struggles on primetime television at home, damn, can we get one at the crib on primetime television? And I know the Packers aren't playing well, and I know the Packers haven't been the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers hasn't been Aaron Rodgers this season. I know all of those things, but it just feels good to destroy a team that you're supposed to destroy at the crib. And I was never confident in this game that we were just going to go out and blaze these boys like we're supposed to. You know, we've been having issues in the red zone and all of that stuff. And then, again, you can't help as a Redskins fan but to think about what happened in the playoffs last year. Packers were struggling. We were playing well, and we met them. And what happened? Aaron Rodgers went off on us and beat us. So all of those things play back in your mind. You know I wanted this one just because of what happened last year. I said, I want these boys, and I want to do them the right way on national television in front of everybody. I want to embarrass them. I want to pull their pants down, point and laugh at these boys. That's what we did in the fourth quarter, put up 20 on those boys. Huge decision to go for it by Jay Gruden on that 4th and inches situation. My dad and had a buddy of mine over at the house, and they both saying, hey, you got to punt. And I'm saying, if this is less than a yard, if I'm Jay Gruden, I'm looking over at the sideline, and that defense is saying, y'all can't stop those boys over there. And A-Rod had it going. I'm like, I don't know if you want to put them back on the field or not. If I were you, I'd go for it. Come off of the commercial break, and what does Jay Gruden decide to do? He decides to go for it. Quarterback sneak. Kirk gets it. And to me, that was the big turning point in the game. We go for it there. We pick it up. A few plays later, Jamison Crowder with the huge a touchdown grab, or was it Pierre on that particular touchdown? I want to say it was Jamison Crowder, deep ball there down to the 1 yard line. So that was huge. I think it was a Jamison Crowder deep ball that got us down to the 1, and then Rob Kelly finished them off with the touchdown. So a huge turn of events there for the Redskins. And it started with Jay Gruden having the balls and the stones. I see other teams around the league week in, week out go for it in those types of situations and win football games. And I continue to watch us be conservative and punt. And this was one of those times where I was like, hey, man, this might be the time for you to be ballsy, roll the dice. This is what coaches get paid to do. And Jay Gruden was huge. So that was obviously a huge reason of why I wanted to win this game. I wanted revenge. I was out for revenge. I wanted it. But also, the other big thing, I want that momentum going into Thursday because I want those boys, them Cowboys, I want them. And I know we can beat them. And so, having my dad be a Cowboys fan, it's always great because, I'm watching them have this success and my dad's excited and, all of these things. And I told him, and it's funny, we had a conversation at the beginning of the year. I'm going to share this with y'all real quick and then we're going to move on. Beginning of the year, both of us came into that week 2 matchup at 0-1. Cowboys had lost to the Giants. We had lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we were on the phone talking. And I'm like, hey, boss, man. I said, hey, I really need this one, man. I will give you the Thanksgiving game later in the season if I can get this one at the crib. I just can't go to 0-2. We got to go to the Giants next week. I just can't afford. He said, tell you what, I'm going to take this one. He said, and if we win this one, you can have a Thanksgiving one. I can't go to 0-2. I got a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back. I can't afford to drop to 0-2. So we both were really willing to sign a deal with the devil on that exact day that if we could get that week 2 matchup, we'd forfeit the other one to the other team. Of course, now, after winning 9 straight games, that man doesn't want to own up to that bet and that basically that deal that we made. I'm ready to collect, though. I said, okay, you got your little week 2 W. We playing much better football now. I'm ready to wreck somebody's Thanksgiving, man. Who better Thanksgiving to wreck than the damn Cowboys? This is going to be fun. Either way, it's a huge matchup. Cowboys and Indians on Thanksgiving. How much better could it be? No, seriously. How much better could it be? We got something for their ass, and I can't wait. But let's go to the Green Bay Packers side of things first before we come back to the Redskins and talk about this. For the Packers, once again, the offense went out, did some good things in this game. You still feel like Aaron Rodgers isn't quite Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers threw for over 300 yards in this game. Aaron Rodgers had 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Aaron Rodgers did what he needed to do to put his team in a position to win. That defense is horrible right now. And a lot of that can be traced back to the injuries on defense. When you've got, rookies and you've got, 4th string safeties out on the field, I mean, they're hurting in that secondary. I mean, they don't even have enough corners now to the point where they get into those nickel and dime packages where they got to put X amount of defensive backs on the field. They don't have enough corners to fill that formation out. So they've actually got to put safeties on the field. It's that bad for them. They had some linebackers go down at one point. You're saying they don't have enough. They might have to move Clay Matthews back inside because they don't have enough backers. I mean, they're hurting on defense, and it's showing. And the fact that they gave up the big ball tonight was the difference in this game. The running game for the Redskins was okay, and then it exploded late with the big run at the end of the game. But make no mistake about it, where the Redskins were able to really attack and hurt the Packers was when they tried to get aggressive. Kirk Cousins was able to take shots down the field, and you would think that with the wind really gusting and howling that those shots wouldn't be available down the field, but they were. And Kirk Cousins took advantage, and they hit some big balls. Pierre Garçon with a big touchdown. Jamison Crowder with a big touchdown. Then another big grab down to the 1. Jordan Reed had a couple of huge chunk plays. The Redskins dominated through the air in this football game, and the Packers simply had no answer for the Redskins there. So defensively is where this Packers team is struggling right now. The run game was okay. It wasn't great for them. But again, this is a Packers team right now that they're decimated by injuries. At 4-6 now, it's not looking very good for the Packers moving forward with both the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions at 6-4. With the Vikings having already beat the Packers this season, I don't think this is going to be a playoff season. First time in a long time we'll be able to actually say with this much time left in the season, this is not going to be a playoff season for the Green Bay Packers, and that is something that you're not accustomed to saying. Someone in this division is going to be 7-4 at this point come next week because of both Minnesota and Detroit playing one another. Someone's going to go to 7-4, and the Packers right now are reeling, and I don't see any help in sight for them on the defensive side of the football. Let's get back to the Redskins. Let's get back to the victors in this football game. This was a huge win for the Redskins. Did some really good things in this game. Again, Rob Kelly continues to be the story offensively, gives the Redskins that balance that they need. His 137 yards is a high for any Redskin back this season. Also, 3 touchdowns rushing. I can't remember the last time a Redskins running back has scored 3 times in one game. This was the explosion that we've been waiting for as Redskins fans this season. We have seen this offense. We know what they're capable of. We know about all the weapons that the Redskins possess, yet we found it tough to score points in bunches this season, even though we know we have the talent. No one's going to make me believe differently that the Redskins don't have the most explosive offense in this league. If you're talking top to bottom weapons, you can go tit for tat with any team around the league in terms of weapons of choice between Jamison Crowder and Pierre Garçon and Jordan Reed. And I haven't even talked about Deshaun Jackson, who got in the end zone again tonight. This is an offense that is so dynamic. Vernon Davis didn't even have a catch tonight, and he's been an outstanding player for the Redskins this season. So there are so many weapons that guys, I mean, we got guys coming in like Maurice Harris with another huge third down grab in this game that are stepping up. So this is an offense that we've been waiting to see them come out of that shell, shake the red zone woes, and get into the end zone. This was one of those nights where you're like, look, this isn't the night to be kicking field goals because of the way the wind was howling and gusting. You need to get in the end zone. Redskins did that tonight. And for anybody out there still asking, is Kirk Cousins the guy? I'm waiting for your ass. I am waiting. I got a couple of people that every week, despite Kirk going out and blazing the team, they still got doubts and questions, and they still don't want Kirk Cousins as the Redskins quarterback. And they're Redskin fans, and I don't understand where this is coming from. But after watching him tonight, if there's still a doubt, bring that nonsense here so I can swat that bullshit away. Bring it. I'm waiting on it. I'm sitting on that damn fastball. And if you throw it down the middle, I'm going to knock that damn thing out of the park. Get out of here with that nonsense. Kirk Cousins is and will be the quarterback of this football team for years to come. You've seen the man go out and perform now for damn near 2 seasons straight. What more do you need to see? This is the guy of now and into the future. And if you're not on board, then you need to just get the hell off the Redskin train altogether. Because Kirk Cousins is the damn truth. And there's nothing else to say on that subject matter. What about Jay Gruden going for it on 4th down? Huge play and decision in this game. If it doesn't work, we know how it goes. If it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't work, then everyone's going to criticize you. And so that's what being the head coach is all about. That's why they get paid the bucks. That's why that position is so scrutinized, because you got to make decisions that could be pointed at and really dissected. And that was one of those decisions. And at a crucial point in the game, you're talking 6 minutes left in the ball game. The Packers have scored on their last 2 possessions. We're up by 5 at that point, 29-24. You give them back the football with 6 minutes left, and the way Aaron Rodgers is dissecting his defense, you telling me he's not going to take those boys down the field and score and take the lead in this game? I'm telling you right now, I know exactly how that movie was going to end, and Jay Gruden knew too, and he went for it on 4th down, and it paid huge dividends. Redskins end up getting in the end zone on that drive after converting the quarterback sneak on 4th and inches from their own 44-yard line. So that was a huge call in this game, and I thought it really changed the tide of this game. I was not a fan of Gruden electing, however, to go for 2 the second time. The first time, I get it. You're going into the wind. It's howling. It's gusting. I get it. I understand the premise there. But when you score that touchdown in the 3rd quarter to make it a 20-10 game, I was not a fan of going for it at that point. Or excuse me, I think it was at that point. We went up 16-10 with a field goal initially. Then we get the touchdown to Pierre Garçon on the big deep ball to go up 23. Or that was actually the Jamison Crowder deep ball for a touchdown to go up 23-10. We went for 2 there, and we went up actually 22-10. We went for 2 there. We should have kicked the extra point and went up to 3 at 13. Excuse me. We went up 12. We should have kicked the extra point to go up 13. We had the win behind us, so D-Hop was going to drill that. Don't go chasing points. We saw the Pittsburgh Steelers do it against the Cowboys last week. Chasing points is the wrong thing to do. You only chase points in the 4th quarter when it's of the utmost importance and it's a necessity. In the 3rd quarter, You don't know how the game's going to play out. Don't put yourself in a position to where you're going for twos and now you're losing points on the scoreboard. I thought he should have kicked the extra point there, but I'm nitpicking, man. On a night where Kirk Cousins is damn near flawless, only 9 incompletions, again, over 370 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, some of the most gorgeous deep balls you've seen all season from Kirk. On a night where it's windy and he's throwing against the wind and he's throwing these beautiful balls cutting through the wind with perfect tight spirals, there's not much to complain about, man. The defense, we know what it's about. I've been complaining about the safety position. We need a real safety. Jared Cook went off on our ass tonight, and it's because we don't have true safeties out there. Okay, Dante Whitner has been a godsend for us this year because if we had David Bruton Jr. still out there, it would be way worse. But in that same breath, he's just a Band-Aid. That position needs surgery. We need to get surgical with that bitch in the secondary, especially at safety. This is not a position of strength for us. Will Blackman is not a real safety. He got beat on the touchdown. Dante Whitner can't run anymore. He got beat by Jared Cook on the deep ball. We had those boys pinned at the 2-yard line, and we give up about a 50-yard completion down the sideline. It's all good. Jared Cook is an athletic tight end, so he can get away with that. But again, we need real safety play. We don't have it right now. Dookie Anacho got beat on a diving play to Jared Cook. So he was breaking off all our safeties. It didn't matter. We have some deficiencies still defensively. We know this. We know we're going to have to score to win. We're not and that's why next week's game against the Cowboys is going to be interesting because they can run it. We're not great at stopping the run. We're getting better, but we're not there yet. It's going to be interesting because I'm not afraid of them. I'm not. I feel really good about this game and this matchup, but their offense is really good. And if we don't come with our A game, they will score on us. But guess what? I think our offense is way better than their defense, and I think we can score on them. So it's going to be a really fun matchup next week. Looking forward to it, but forget about that, okay? We're not going to have a lot of time to celebrate. It's a quick turnaround. So enjoy this W. We won on primetime, goddammit, at home. Celebrate, damn it. We just destroyed Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers to put their ass to sleep for doing what they did to us in the NFC Wildcard game at the crib last year. They disrespected us in our house, so they had one coming to them. Feel damn good about it. Pierre Garçon ripped up a cheese head on the sideline. Throw that goddamn cheese head on the ground. Get that crap out of here. Don't come back disrespecting us in our house like that last year. So this felt damn good. Celebrate. Enjoy this. We got a quick turnaround on Thanksgiving, man. So let's get to some of y'all damn comments and talk about what the Redskins were able to do tonight, man. This was fun. It's fun to go watch the boys put a 40 burger on them boys en route to a victory. 3 touchdowns, 147 yards for Fat Rob as he got nasty on his Packers defense with a huge run late. Kirk Cousins was marvelous. You can't play the position much better than what he did tonight. 21 of 30, 370 and some change, 3 touchdowns. Man, can't do it much better than that. He actually outdueled Aaron Rodgers in this ball game. Say what you want. You go ahead, make more excuses. I don't give a damn. Kirk Cousins is the man. Redskins are now 6-3-1. And yeah, the Giants are going to win again next week. They're going to be 8-3. They got Cleveland. They're going to win. But the Giants, their day is coming. I'm not worried. Again, I always tell my Redskins fans this. Don't worry about nobody else. Just take care of business for us, and the rest will take care of itself. We still got a shot at this division. But if we're going to take the division, if we want any chance at the division, guess what we got to do? We got to win on Thursday. But again, damn Thursday, enjoy this one. We got a big-ass win on Sunday Night Football. Big stage, bright lights. Boys showed up and performed at the highest level. Let's get to these comments, though. Adrian Hernandez says, that's why I started Rob this week. Let's go. HTTR. And Rob was huge tonight, man. I had my buddy that was at the house watching the game with me. He had Rob Kelly. He was like, hey, Rob, can I get another touchdown? Rob said, I got you. And so it was a big night for Rob Kelly indeed. Peter Parker says, when I said we weren't losing another game this regular season, I meant it. Hey, man, I hope you're right. I told you, I'm not as brash as you are. I'm not willing to go out on a limb and make those kinds of statements because, you know, I'm a cautious optimist. Okay? I'm a cautious optimist. You know that. So I always take a cautious optimism approach. But that being said, I hope you're right. I hope you are right. Let's get to some more of your comments. I just skipped a ton of them. All right. See where we at now. All right. Psychopath BNG says HTTR. Hell yeah. That felt damn good. My man Anal Probe 9000 says, hell, my brother. What a huge effing win for our Skins. Sign Cousins for a max contract. How about Fat Rob? How about Fat Rob? How about Kirk Cousins? Captain Kirk and Fat Rob. Hell, the Cowboys got a dynamic backfield. We got a dynamic backfield of our own in Kirk Cousins and Fat Rob. Smoke, my man Smoke says, Packers got smoked. Yes, they did. Lionfire says, Rod Kelly went off. Now it's just Matt Jones. Who? No Matt Jones, huh? Hey, Lionfire, you stupid, man. You funny. Steven Kinsler says, man, I miss Kyshawn Jarrett. We all do. Because, boy, we hurting at the safety position. We really hurting. We could sure use some goddamn Kyshawn Jarrett right now, man. Our safety position stinks. That's the one position that I look at right now and I say, I feel like we could use some more athleticism at linebacker, and I love Stuart Cravens. But the one position that I just cringe when I see what we have on the field is safety right now for us. Anal Probe 9000 says, I'm pretty sure I fell below the Mendoza line this week because of our Skins, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't give a shit. LOL. HTTR, baby. Yeah, I mean, he must have picked the Packers so that we could get the W. It's all good, man. Sometimes you got to take that. I didn't have to take that L because I knew we were the better football team. We were better than the Packers, and we just needed to go out and score points. If we could score points, I knew they couldn't score with us. We got our offensive talent on this team is unmatched in the league. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. With Fat Rob at running back now, and I was so wrong about him. So wrong about this man. I killed him in the preseason. I'm like, this dude is so average. He's mediocre. He's so much more than that. He's so much more than what I gave him credit for. And just looking at what we have, and with Kirk Cousins at the helm distributing the football, I love our chances, man, of beating anybody in this league. The problem is, defensively, we're not good enough to take it to that next level yet. But if you're telling me that we're playing against a team whose defense isn't great and we can score, maybe we can force a turnover or two. We got a shot to beat anybody in this league, man. If we take care of the ball, there's not many teams that can mess with us because offensively, we're so dynamic. We're so diverse. We can beat you deep with Deshaun. Hell, we even got Jamison Crowder and Pierre Garçon in the act deep tonight. We can beat you in the intermediate to short game. Come on now. We didn't even use Vernon Davis tonight in a passing game. Chris Thompson only had one catch tonight. We didn't even utilize some of the stuff that we usually use. Come on, man. We go so deep. Offensively, it's not even funny. Like, I'm just so confident in this offense right now. It's not a game out here in Washington, man. Now we got to go on the road and be road warriors. Guess what? We've been road warriors this season, man. Like, I'm not afraid to go in your house and disrespect your crib. That's how I'm feeling with mine right now. So that's why I feel good about this game coming up against the Cowboys. Psychopath BNG says, we control our own destiny regardless of what other teams do. We don't even need to win a division to get in the playoffs this year, HTTR. And that's what I'm saying. Don't worry about what anybody else is. I've been telling y'all this from the jump, okay, from Jump Street. Don't worry about what nobody else doing. It's no need. I told you, if we take care of us, we good. We are fine. We're going to be right where we need to be. So I'm not tripping. And like I said, we don't have to win a division, but it's still there. This division, it seems like it's out of reach, but it's not. Because the Cowboys still got some tough games. But again, I don't give a damn about nobody else. Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, I don't care. Take care of us, and the rest will take care of itself. Anal Probe 9000 says, all I know is we are about to end the Cowboy streak in Jerry World, no less. I love it, man. I feel confident. I think most Redskins fans feel the same way, man. It's a big game, and we feel like we're ready to go and tackle those boys in their crib and do them like we did them in 2012, man. Wasn't that a Thanksgiving to remember? I'm looking forward to doing that again, man. Sean Mack says, Washington versus Dallas is going to be a great game. I agree. RFW 1984 says, Vikings versus Lions, Redskins versus Cowboys. Looks like a good Thanksgiving games ahead. Even the night game, two desperate 5-5 teams, Colts and Steelers. That's going to be fun on to cap off the evening. So it's going to be a really good day of football. Two first-place teams early in the day with Detroit and Minnesota locking horns for the lead in that division. Then you got the Redskins and the Cowboys, which is a classic rivalry in this league, and both teams are playing well. And then you got the nightcapper with the Steelers traveling to Indy. And again, both teams 5-5 needing to get a win. That's going to be big. Anal Pro 9000 says our offense is unstoppable. As long as we are able to run the ball in the red zone like we did tonight, we will beat the Cowboys. That is a great point, Anal Pro, because the biggest thing stopping us in the red zone, I think, is the fact that our inability to run the football in the red zone. The good teams in this league that score in the red zone consistently, hell, remember what we used to do last year? We used to score in the red zone. Now, our run game wasn't great in the red zone last year, but we could score in the red zone because we could run the football. This year, we haven't been able to do that. Now, with the addition of Fat Rob in that backfield, that ability to be able to run it in the red zone changes the game. It changes everything because now you can't just key in on stopping us through the air. You can't just assume that we're going to spread everybody out, put 4 receivers and Chris Thompson on the field and go 5 wide, empty set, and try to throw it in. Nah, that ain't what we got to do no more. We can line up 3 tight end sets if we need to, and we can out-physical you, and we can get in on the ground like we did tonight. 3 rushing touchdowns for Fat Rob. That changes the dynamic of everything. If we can run it in the red zone, nobody's stopping us now because we got too many weapons. Lion Fire says, I was screaming at Jay to go for it on 4th and 1. And I was too. I like you. I wasn't screaming, but I was like, hey, Jay, man. I had a talk with Jay during that timeout. I said, hey, Jay, look, come here. Come over here. Hey, look, man. Aaron is over here doing that defense, man. He's doing them dirty. And he scored 2 times in a row. You don't want to give it to him again. So check this out. If this is shorter than a yard, which I thought it was, I wasn't sure where they put the ball at. When they came back and I saw it was inches, I was like, hey, Jay, if it's shorter than a yard, go ahead. You got my blessing, man. Go ahead and go for this, man. Quarterback, don't turn around and hand this off. Quarterback, sneak it. He said, all right, I got you. He took care of business, man. I appreciate that, Jay. Appreciate it. Steven Kinsler says, man, I miss Kyshawn Jarrett. Whitner can't cover. Let's see where I just lost my place. Whitner can't cover for shit. Why is he playing man coverage? We just got him off the street. That's just a defensive call. I got mad at Joe B. I said, hey, Joe B, look. I got mad at Joe B twice in this game. That one particular play I wasn't happy about coming after Rodgers there on 3rd down. But okay, I didn't really have a big problem. I just thought if you're going to blitz and you're going to have somebody man-to-man, why not have it be Will Blackman? But I don't even know if that's that much better. But I would have been a little bit happier with Blackman on him in that situation. But my biggest gripe was we had the Packers in a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13 situation. We had just scored on a deep ball, I want to say, to Pierre Garçon to take the lead and extend it out to 29-17. So we're up 12. And I felt like this was the time where we needed to drop in the zone because the Packers have had trouble. And even if you're going to play man, that's cool. Don't blitz, though. If you're going to play man because they're not separating, but still drop back, have Sua spy him, and just rush forward. And that's what I wanted to do. And instead, we came after him. We sent the house. And they throw a little crossing route over the middle to Cobb. He breaks a tackle. Whitner coming up. And what the hell is he doing here? Shoulder, no wrap up. And Cobb bounces off of him, runs for like 35, 40 yards. And just like that, they're right back into our territory, deep in our territory. And they end up scoring on a wide open touchdown to Starks. Same thing that happened to us against Minnesota last week. Defensive breakdown. We get our signals crossed. Nobody goes out to the flats. Kyle Rudolph scored on a walk-in touchdown last week. Stark scores on a walk-in touchdown this week. They got to get that fixed. We're not good enough to be giving up touchdowns like that. But that being said, man, right now, safety position is a problem. I told you that's my biggest concern with this team moving forward. And we're not going to be able to fix it till the season's over. And I'm not going to complain about Dante Whitner because without him, our defense would be even worse. He's a Band-Aid. He's a solid solution for us, okay? I don't have a problem with him, all right? He's like hydrogen peroxide, man. You can pour that on the cut. It's going to dry it up. It's going to scab it up, and that's cool. But at some point, this is probably going to need surgery, man. We can go ahead and put all of the adhesives we want, but at some point, we're going to actually need to go in and stitch that position up. We don't have the means to do it in season. I'm not going to complain because it could be worse. That could be David Bruton Jr., man. So I'm not complaining at all. Just got to be careful of what situations you put that man in. Adrian Hernandez says, we want Dallas. We want Dallas. We want Dallas. Yeah, we want Dallas, man. It's going to be fun. Lorenzo Simpson says, we have turned the corner. We should be feared. Offensively, yes. Like I said, with the running game now as a real threat, that opens up play action. Kirk, one of the best play action quarterbacks in the league. You saw it tonight. When he gets time, and he's getting time, he can drive it down the field with the best of them. Obviously, we got everything we need to be effective. Now the question is, can we hold up defensively? We're going to find out on Thanksgiving because the Cowboys right now can't be stopped on offense, but neither can we. But the thing is, they're eating up time of possession with theirs. We don't. We're quick striking teams. We're getting chunk plays. Cowboys are really gutting teams, eating up time of possession and wearing teams down. Can we go out and get the stops necessary to get the football back to our offense to score enough to beat the Cowboys in Dallas? That's going to be the challenge there. But I like our chances. Deron Johnson says, congrats on your win, man. I appreciate it. Your boys put up a valiant effort today. They just weren't able to score enough. Anal Probe 9000 says, Dallas takes forever to score. The Skins can score at will against Dallas. I can honestly say I'm not scared of Dallas at all. Their D can't hang with our O. Can our D hang with their O? That's the question. That's what I'm saying right now is I don't know. That's the part that scares me is I feel like we can go out and dominate those boys. But can we slow them down enough offensively to get the football back to our defense? Maybe it's not getting stops. Maybe it's turnovers that need to be forced. Who knows? We'll see. Josh Norman with that was a huge turnover because the Packers were going to score and they were going to cut it back to a one-score game. And because of the missed extra point, that was going to get a little dicey because of all of the situation now where they can go for 2, cut it to a 3-point game, and then they were going to have all their timeouts still because they were going to score so fast. It was going to turn into a mess, a finish where you're going to be nervous. Wasn't it nice to not be nervous, to just be excited at the end of the game, just to be able to say, man, we got this in the bag. To tell the crowd, hey, man, if you want to get a jump start on traffic, you can go ahead home, man. We got this. Wasn't that nice? Once Josh Norman poked that football free, 1 year he spent with Peanut Tillman. 1 year he perfected that peanut punch. That thing is a godsend. He's been so money for us. He was huge again with that forced turnover. Lion 5 says, Cowboys have a cupcake-ass schedule. Must be nice. I ain't here to complain about that. I don't give a damn about their schedule. They earned that schedule. They went 4-12 last year. They earned the right to have a soft-ass schedule. And look, basically, it's only 2 different games. We all play the same damn teams minus 2 games. Instead of them playing Arizona like we got to play Arizona, they had to play San Francisco. Okay, boo-hoo. Who cares? I don't give a damn. Bottom line is they beat the teams that we didn't beat. And we beat some of the teams that they beat. Okay, they beat Pittsburgh. We didn't. Okay? They beat Cincinnati. We didn't. Don't complain about their schedule. Go win football games. That's all that matters. Smoke, my man Smoke says, hey Lou, we all for y'all to get a world this W against them girls on Turkey Day. I'm for it too. Hopefully we can get the job done. We're going to see what happens. Captain Spartan says, Green Bay no longer an elite team. No, not this year at least. They just got too many injuries. It's just their defense is so banged up. It's not even funny right now. They're in a world of hurt. Smoke says Packers are washed. Yeah, they're pretty much done. They're done this season, no doubt. Anal Probe 9000 says, bring in that Thanksgiving game, baby. Happy early Thanksgiving to you, Louie T. Enjoy your kids like I'll enjoy my 3 daughters. Hell, brother, all love. No doubt, man. I will enjoy the family. I told you already. That's why this is my bye week, because it's a huge week. It's Thanksgiving. I love enjoying the family, the food, the friends, the festivities, and the football, man. And toss a little faith in there, and it's all F's, man. All day long on Thanksgiving, and it's a lot of fun. So I can't wait, no doubt. I hope all of you have a great Thanksgiving, as mine will be outstanding. I cannot wait. Nick Riley says, man, you know my boys coming to Detroit on Thanksgiving and beating that ass. No BS. We done effing around. I hear you, man. We're going to see. I knew y'all were going to win today. I knew you were going to take Arizona down. It wasn't easy, but that's your formula. You're going to have to do a little on offense, but you're going to need the defense to chip in. X-Man with a 100-yard return. And then you're going to need the special teams to chip in like they were doing earlier in the season. And you get a Cordero Patterson 100-yard return for a touchdown. So you're going to need guys to step up and make plays. You need the defense. You're going to need the special teams to chip in. And you got it today, and you got the win. That was a big win there. Not a biased Steelers fan says, is it safe to say the Packers have the worst secondary in football? They're up there. They are up there. And you know what? It's a shame because they got so many injuries. You really don't want to trash their secondary, but the guys that they're putting out there are just not prepared to get the job done right now. So it's been really tough on them this season. Lion Fire says, I've been sold on Cousins since last season, it's crazy that there are still people out there that still want to make excuses as to why this guy isn't worth X amount of dollars. Pay the man his money and let's move forward. Look, I'm going off of this assumption. The GM, Scott McCloughan, hasn't lied to me yet. And he told Kirk this: you take care of us and we'll take care of you in the offseason. Kirk's taking care of us. We're 6-3-1. When the last time, as a Redskins fan, you've been able to say, at this point in the season, we don't need a 5 or a 7 game run at the end just to get in? When's the last time you've been able to say, damn, we 3 games over 500 at this point in the season. We don't need to win 4 straight just to get 2 or above 500. I don't know. Don't ask me. When's the last time we make the playoffs and the following year we're in a position to make it again? When's the last time we've done that? It's been almost 2 decades. You got to go all the way back to the early 90s when we won our last Super Bowl. You got to go all the way back to 91, 92, 92, 93, the last time the Redskins made the postseason in consecutive seasons. That's how inept we've been. So for anybody that got something to say about Kirk Cousins, say it to my face, man, because I'm not trying to hear it. I'm really not. Kirk Cousins is the man, and he needs to be paid, and he will get paid in the offseason, man. See what else we got. Lorenzo Simpson says, pay this man. He will get his money. Trust me. No doubt about it. Sean Mack says, maybe my Browns can poach him from y'all ass. LOL. Yeah, right. Kirk ain't going nowhere, man. We will franchise that ass before we let him walk the streets. That's not going down. Smoke says, Charlie Brown was playing today with all those man, I'm going to tell you what. I actually went out because I had the bye week, so I didn't have to break down games. So I actually got to enjoy football like a real regular fan. So I actually went out to a sports bar and watched the games. I never do that, okay? But I went out and watched all the games at once now, like 7 games on in front of me. And as I watched the extra points miss one after the other, it was amazing. I kept hitting the guy next to me. They missed another one. And I'm just going nuts because this is crazy. 12 missed extra points today. There were all of last year total, I think they said, or 2 years ago before they put this rule in, it was like 5. It's 12 today. Insane. Ridiculous. Adrian Hernandez says, I hate when people compare him to Andy Dalton. Kirk is not just a manager. He's a difference maker. I agree. He's getting to that point now. But again, you can't convince everybody. Everybody's going to have their own opinions. That's fine. Look, I'm done defending Kirk. I don't need to do it anymore. His play is speaking for itself. I don't have to go out and defend a mistake or a decision or this or that. He's going out and defending himself. I don't have to say anything anymore. His play is speaking for itself. Okay? So I'm done with that. I let Kirk do all of the explaining with his play because he's out there carving teams up now. And again, we don't know what this man's ceiling is. He could be Drew Brees 2.0. He's got that kind of mentality. He's got that kind of work ethic. And he's got that kind of accuracy. We saw it again tonight. The accuracy is real. 21-30, that's not accidental with that kind of win. These deep shots into the wind, come on, man. Against the wind, this man is throwing a football 40, 50 yards and is cutting through the wind like a knife. Through hot butter. Come on, man. Stop. Stop with the nonsense. Not a biased Steelers fan says, would you consider Kirk a top 10 or top 5 quarterback this year? I wouldn't put him at top 5 this year, but I put him in top 10, no doubt. Look, before the season started, I told you he was in the top, what did I put him like at 12 or 13, 14, somewhere in there? I mean, he was already right on the outside looking in of the top 10 before the season started. You know how I feel. I don't even have to explain it to you, but 5, I wouldn't put him at 5 yet. He's getting there, though. But, you know, you still got the elites up there balling. Breeze is still doing his thing. Ryan, Derek Carr. You got some guys playing at a really high level this season. I mean, Russell Wilson still playing. Brady, come on, man. He's still not in the top 5, but damn it, I tell you what, he's in the top 10 for sure. That is certain. Stephen Kinsler says, Thanksgiving will be the day we knock the Cowboys right back down to reality. They've been living in a fairy tale this season. They have been, man. They've written the whole narrative this year, man. 9 straight wins. Look, you can hate the Cowboys all you want, but those boys are playing some football, man. Give credit where credit is due. They got a rookie running back and a rookie quarterback, and they are tearing teams new assholes week in and week out. You must respect the hustle. You don't have to like it, but you will respect the hustle. But I'm telling you right now, we got a really good chance of snapping that win streak, man. We started that win streak in week 2. We're going to be the ones to stop it. I'm down. I know y'all down. I'm down. Let's do this. Let's do it. Psychopath BNG says, yeah, it's weird to see Kirk miss all those wide receivers early in the year in perfect weather, but throw the prettiest ball tonight and all that win. I told you, it's the maturation. Kirk is a confidence quarterback. And you'll see that with a lot of quarterbacks in this league. When he's playing with confidence, and it's not a coincidence that these last couple of games in succession, he's been outstanding because the confidence is beginning to build. Early in the season when he was missing guys, let me tell you what was on his mind. I need to get this contract, man. Every throw has to be perfect because I just got a 3,000% increase in a raise, making damn near $20 million this year, up from my $660,000 that I made last season. I'm making $20 million this year, and I'm playing for a new contract. So I need to make all the plays. I need to make every throw has to be perfect. He put that pressure on himself, and you can see it. He was pressing, missing throws that we know he can make. Now he's just going out and playing football. He's like, man, damn all of that. If I go out and play, just like I've been saying about this team in general, play, take care of yours, and it'll all fall into place. Kirk realizes I don't have to go out and make every throw. I'm going to just play my game, man. And if I go out and play, I got playmakers around me, man. My line is protecting me. If I just go out and play ball, I'm going to get the money that I'm looking for. It will take care of itself. He's figured that out. Now he's playing with an abundance of confidence. And now look what this man is doing. All right, moving right along. Smoke says the secondary class is epic, Lou. We're going to see. I hope. I need a safety bad, man. So I hope it's deep enough so that I can get something out of there. Because right now, our safety position stinks. And it's enough to get by for right now, but it's not going to be enough to take us where we want to go, you know. Smoke says NFC East and AFC West best divisions of football right now. Without a doubt. It's not even close. That's not even a discussion worth having. That is fact. Ronald Cole says, ready to carve the Cowboys like Thanksgiving turkey, man. Cut me a slice of that, man. Put it on my plate. I got a little bit of this burgundy and gold dressing to put on that, man. Cut me a piece of that. Slice off a piece of that, put it on my plate. Got some cranberry sauce, this burgundy. Put a little bit of that gold little dressing on that turkey, man. I'm ready to eat it up, man. Put it on my plate. I got plenty of room, man. Carve it up. Ready for that, man. Not a biased Steelers fan says, do you think the Packers are done for the season? Yes, I do. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Greg the Best 14 says, if we started Kelly week 1, do you think he would be a top 10 rusher in the NFL? He might be. It's not hard to be a top 10 rusher in this league anymore. So looking around the league, it's crazy. Looking at what he's done, he's already the second best rusher among rookies this season. I think Jordan Howard might slightly still be ahead of him, but maybe he's the third. I don't want to put him over Jordan Howard of the Chicago Bears yet. But just in the last 3 weeks or so, he's overtaken just about every other rookie running back this season. And now we're talking about him as a viable back, period. Take the rookie out of the discussion. Just in general, he's playing really well right now. Like, you got to feel good about this position. And Fat Rob has just brought a different element to our offense that we lacked with Matt Jones. Who? Lion Fire told me there's no other Matt Jones at the end of that. It's just Matt Jones. Who? He was inactive again, by the way, if you didn't know. So you know where that's going. Lion Fire says, how about Ty Nsekhe, man? Pretty damn good backup. I love him. And that was funny. I was talking to a buddy of mine when we were watching the game, and I said, he said, how is number 79 playing? How is he? I said, I don't even worry about Ty Nsekhe, man. He's the least of my problem. I don't even worry about him, man. He holds it down. Did you hear from Clay Matthews tonight? Because I didn't. I think that one holding that he got on Nick Perry, and I didn't even know if that was really a hold or not. Look, bottom line is, they got a decision to make when Trent comes back. No, not does Trent go to the bench, but do we move Trent to left guard? Probably not. Probably send Ty Nsekhe back to the bench. It's just good to know, regardless of what, if Morgan Moses, ankle is acting up or whatever, we got Ty Nsekhe, we can bring him in and he can hold it down. So it's just good to know you got a really good swing tackle in Ty Nsekhe. That's really comforting and reassuring to know. Sean Mack says, I'm not sure who I'm taking in the Dallas-Washington game on Turkey Day. Going to be great. Hey, you got plenty of time to make that decision, Chief. Captain Spartan 04 says, you want to go against my Steelers again? I would love to do that again. If I had a chance to do it over again, we'd be so much better. But that's in the past. Y'all got us fair and square week 1. I didn't like the matchup then. And again, like I told you, I would have much rather played the Steelers a little bit later on in the season. But in any event, always on that cook crack, man. No doubt, man. We bat like cook crack. Put up 40 tonight, man. Feeling good. You know how it goes, Sean Mack, man. Oh, man. Y'all are retarded. Sean Mack says Steelers going to beat the pants off the Colts. I wouldn't be too sure about that. Slump TV says, Louie, the Cowboys had to fight back against the Ravens today, and the Ravens would have won had Flacco not completely choked. If Kirk plays as well as he did today, I like the Redskins' chances. You can't take what the Ravens did and extrapolate that to the Redskins. Here's why. The Ravens' defense is so much better than the Redskins. The Cowboys haven't struggled with many teams this season. The Ravens made them work for what they got. You know why? Because the Ravens can stop the run. Ezekiel Elliott didn't have over 100 yards, and they tried. They force-fed the man the rock. He just couldn't get it. He had a couple of nice runs later in the game, which inflated his total, but this man had 26 yards rushing at halftime, and after like 3 quarters, he was only up to like 60 yards rushing. He got a bulk of what he got in the game in the fourth quarter when the Ravens realized, okay, we're not going to win this game. But make no mistake about it, the Ravens are good on defense, but they can't score any points. We knew that was the problem. So I told Ravens fans they weren't going to win the game. I said, you're going to play defense. You're not going to score enough points to beat the Cowboys, and they didn't. Our defense isn't anywhere near the Ravens' defense. So you can't take what the Ravens did and say, oh, if Kirk Cousins does this, you're going to beat the Cowboys. I just know that our offense is good enough to compete with them. And if we can get anything from our defense, we're going to have a shot to beat the Dallas Cowboys. And I feel damn confident in saying that. Nick Riley says, I swear more than hype for Thanksgiving. Man, I'm telling you, I forgot that BS the Lions got 2 weeks ago serving for Thanksgiving, man. I hear you, man. Y'all got to go out and take care of business, man. Y'all got to go out and take care of business. We're going to see if y'all going to be able to do that. Justin Moss says, my fantasy football matchup this week came down to Jordy Nelson putting up 10 points, but I couldn't be happier. I honestly calling BS on that TD he had, LOL. I didn't think that was a touchdown either. To be honest with you, I said, look, he did not have the football long enough. And, you know, there go Josh Norman again punching the ball out, but I knew they weren't going to overturn it. If it was a touchdown on the field, it was going to remain a touchdown, but had it been incomplete, it would have stayed incomplete. I didn't think it was a touchdown, but you know, I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. Corey Fitterman says, how about them Skins? What do you think of Rob Kelly? I told you I love this dude, and he's going to change the running back position. At first, I'm not going to lie to you. When we put him in, I said, look, he's a nice, much like the safety position with Whitner, he's a nice Band-Aid, but he's not the actual solution. He's not the guy that's going to change the running back position for us. I was wrong. Like, I don't know if we need to draft a running back now, and especially not early. You know, I still like Mac Brown. So I'm looking at my running back position. And I'm saying, even if we don't move forward with Matt Jones, who? Maybe we could be straight with Chris Thompson if he can stay healthy, Mac Brown, and maybe you do draft another back. We drafted one in the 7th round this year, and he didn't prove to do anything, but that's fine. Maybe we do draft another back. But we don't need to address that early like we were thinking. Maybe we might have to draft one in the 1st or 2nd round. Nah, it need to be defense, 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 and then if you want to take a back in the 4th or 5th round, by all means, knock yourself out. But I think Rob Kelly is here to stay, man. Let's see what we got now. Dante Plummer says, the world don't like it when the rabbit has the gun. Hashtag HTTR 24/7. No, they don't. They don't, man. We finally got it in our hands. And we got our hand on that trigger, man. We got that finger on the trigger. We hoping we could pull that trigger on Thursday. It'll feel damn good, man. Sean Mack says, LMAO, peanut punch. You rack jacking us, Lou. Hey, man, that peanut punch ain't no joke, man. Straight up. Justin Moss says, I think this is the first game this season I didn't smoke a half pack of cigarettes, LOL. Look, man, it feels good at the end when you could just kind of kick back and relax and say, man, we got these boys with 2 minutes left. You ain't at the edge of your seat biting off your fingernails, pacing up and down, hoping your boys pull it out, but knowing we got this game, man. Got this game. Feels good. Nick Rowdy says, man, you know damn well I love seeing the Packers fall apart. I know you do. You are enjoying every second of this. I know you are. Vince Valencia says, feed Fat Rob, pay Captain Kirk, pay Garcon. Let's clean up those coverages and tackles against Dallas. There's no reason we should lose to the Cowgirls. Hail. Hashtag hail. I said that too in the game. Pay Garcon. He can't go. He can't leave. We need that man. I said it after last week's game, actually, against Minnesota, that he can't go. He's too vital to what we do. Love Pierre Garcon, man. Love his tenacity. Love the way he plays the game. And he's accountable. Deshaun Drakeford says, yes, that's right. And Vance Valencia says, the only issue is obviously running plays from McVay. I would like to see us run some more bubble screens, trick plays, more creative plays from McVay. Passing game is on point, though. Sometimes that pound draw up the middle can get a little stale. Defense knows what's coming. We're not very creative in the run game. I would love to see some more bubbles. I think we're a very good bubble screen team. I think without Trent Williams in the lineup, though, I don't want to see the bubbles without Trent because Trent makes those bubble screens work because he's so athletic. The one we scored against the Giants, Trent took out like 2 or 3 dudes on that play. Like, he's the reason those bubble screens work so effectively because he's so athletic he can get out in front of it. Without him, and Ty Secchi is great, but he's not athletic like Trent. I don't want to run the bubbles. I'd love to put that away for the next 3 weeks or so until he comes back. And then that first week he comes back, I would love to drop a bubble right on somebody's skull and bust one on somebody. But right now, I don't need to see the bubbles. But more jet sweeps, things like we saw against Minnesota, we ran a jet sweep. Those things I'd like to see us do a little bit more. I agree with you. Justin Moss says, I can't remember the last time we've had a quarterback with 2 good seasons. Rippin? Maybe. And I don't even know if Rippin had I just remember that year before the Super Bowl, Rippin throwing those 3 interceptions versus the 49ers in the playoffs and us losing that game. But I think he had an okay season. And then the next year, that's when he exploded and we won the Super Bowl. I don't know when, maybe Brad Johnson? I don't know when the last time we had a quarterback with 2 straight good seasons. I can't really tell you. Nick Riley says, man, I wish you an amazing Thanksgiving. Hands down the best holiday. Nothing better than family food, football. And he threw B-ball. B-ball for me that's a Christmas thing, man. B-ball with the triple header, quadruple header on Christmas. That's more of a basketball holiday for me, man. Not Thanksgiving. That's football all day, every day. All right. Psychopath BNG says, around 10 to 14 is where I have Kirk right now, but that's still better than over half the league. It's not even close, man. I know where Kirk is, and I know what Kirk is capable of, and I feel good about what he's able to do in this offense for our team. And that's all that matters. Lion Fire says, I already said the Giants and us are the hardest teams left on the Cowboys schedule. At worst, they will go 13-3. We'll see. I don't like doing the whole prediction thing. We'll see what happens. I'm not even mad right now, man. I'm gonna enjoy this W and then get ready for this game versus the Cowboys. Let's see. Tammy Skolberg says, what about the Vikings versus Cardinals recap? I'm not breaking down any other games than primetime games this week. I'm on a bye week. So just the primetime games. No lockdown coverage this week. No Louie Tee Live this week. No Redskins report this week. None of that. I'm on a bye week, only breaking down the primetime games this week. I'll be back to my normal, regularly scheduled programming next week. Deshaun Drakeford says, Kirk Cousins ain't going nowhere anytime soon. Amen. Amen to that. Indeed. Real Live TV says, who more dangerous than Dak or Romo? Dak because of the ability to run. Romo ain't running no damn where. You always expect Romo to make that mistake. You don't expect it with Dak, and that's the problem right now for defenses is you can't really account. That running game is made more dominant by the fact that you got to respect the fake that's carried out by Dak because he can run. And with Romo, you don't really respect that fake. There's no read option with Romo. He's not keeping it. Dak can keep it and run. So it's just different threat there with Dak Prescott. Ain't No Probe 9000 says, no, Ty Secchi does not take Trent's spot. Like you said, it's nice to know we have a very good backup. I agree. Vance Valencia says, I'll still take Dalvin Cook if he's there, Lou. Imagine Cook, Kelly, Thompson, 3-headed beast. He's not going to be there. You know that. We're going to be a playoff team. In my mind, there's no way he's going to be there in the 20s or 30s, wherever we're picking. Ain't a Pro 9000 says, And I'd say the Skins D is comparable to the Ravens D in family business. With the Skins O rolling the way they are, they have a chance against the boys. I'm sticking with it. Hell, no doubt. I think we got a shot too. And these are going to be the final comments that I read, and we're going to get out of here. Psychopath BNG says, when the season started, I thought we would keep Djax, let Garcon go, but with the Crowder stepping up, Djax kind of being pissy, I don't know. But Djax or Garcon is gone. Who do you think it'll be? It's going to be Djax. I think they are not happy with his inability to stay healthy. That's number one. Number two, even though he's been a good soldier this year, and he's actually tried to block better this year, I still think he throws little temper tantrums when he doesn't get the football. They're not really too high on that. And I think the biggest thing that they're not impressed with and don't like about Djax is his inability to play through pain. Like, he missed that game last week, and I think Jay Gruden thought he could have played. And they weren't happy. Remember, Keenan Robinson last year was a guy who they thought could play, and Keenan Robinson didn't think he was healthy enough to play. And you see what happened to Keenan Robinson. His ass is playing for the Giants right now. I don't think they're going to want Djax back. Unless the price is right, I don't think they're going to want him back. And I think there are going to be some suitors out there for his ability to still hit the deep ball and stretch the field. There are going to be some teams out there willing to spend, and I don't think we're going to be willing to open up our pockets in the checkbook for him as much as he would like. And let's face it, he may not want to come back, and that's fine. I want Garcon back, and I think Garcon wants to be here, and I think there's a good rapport between him and Kirk, and he's a good soldier, man. Garcon is where it's at. He blocks, he's physical, and he's accountable. I know where 88 is going to be every week. He's going to be lining up out wide, and he's going to catch the football when Kirk throws it to him on 3rd and 6. So I just love me some Pierre Garcon. I feel good about that. Blackbird Blitz says, my Falcons see you, and you won't be happy when we find you. Fact. Okay. I don't know if that's supposed to be a threat or a promise, but hey, y'all got to go win y'all division, man, because there's only one team getting in the playoffs in y'all division. So you got the Buccaneers right behind you, man. Don't worry about me and what we doing over here. Worry about you getting into the playoffs because you're only one game up in your division. Take care of business over there. Nick Riley says, stop lying, Romo. He running back to that locker room to get them x-rays. Oh, man. Come on. That's cold-blooded, man. Stop your nonsense, Nick. Real Live TV says, who really impressed you this game? Rob Kelly impressed me. Jamison Crowder, Pierre Garcon, Kirk Cousins. I was impressed with the offensive line. I just was impressed, period, man. Period. I just thought all around the offense did what they needed to do. Defense got the one turnover. We ended up getting a late garbage time turnover. I just thought it was a great team effort. D-Hop was good. He missed the one extra point, but he was solid for us in this game with kickoffs and everything. I just was impressed with this team effort. Protect428, hashtag Skins Nation. Justin Mall says, 10 wins this season. I told you I thought we were going to go 10-6. We got a tie now. So 10-5-1 is the record for us now, maybe. I've already told you. I thought we were a 10-6 team when the season started. When we were 0-2, what did I tell you? 10-6 still. I'm not moving off the spot. And so I haven't moved one iota. 10-6 ball club. Now we're 10-5-1 maybe, which is even better than 10-6 technically. Real Live TV says, how do we beat the Cowboys? We beat the Cowboys by not turning the football over, by taking advantage of our opportunities offensively by scoring touchdowns and not kicking field goals. And most importantly, we have to find a way to slow their offense down. We can't let them dominate time of possession. We can't let Ezekiel Elliott have 147 yards on 21 carries and 2 touchdowns. We can't allow that to happen. If we do, we're going to lose the game. If they dominate time of possession and they're grinding us and they're getting 7 and 8 and 12 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 9 and 6 on the ground consistently, we're going to lose the football game. We have to put them in 3rd and long situations, and we got to force them in those situations off the field if we're not going to cause turnovers. Simple as that. And with that being said, I'm calling it a night. I appreciate you guys joining me on the program, man. It was a fun night. Redskins get it done. 42-24 over the Green Bay Packers. Exercise a ton of demons. Home game on primetime television. The Packers beat us in the playoffs last year, so we wanted to get those boys. We got a big one. Jay Gruden already complained, and we all complained about this quick turnaround. 3 games in 12 days for the Redskins, including a primetime and then a turnaround and another primetime. The schedule makers had it in for us, but guess what? We're going to rise above that, man. And the Lord says you got to rise up. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to rise up, and in that 3-game stretch, we're going to go 3-0 and announce to the rest of the NFL, we not playing. We not playing. But enjoy this one, man. We just beat the Packers to a pulp on national television. Put up a 40 burger for the first time this year. Celebrate! Damn it. We 6-3-1. And we right in the thick of things. Not just in the NFC Wildcard race, but in the NFC East division. Got a big one coming up on Thursday. Let this one savor and sink in a little bit. Then we're going to turn our attentions to the Cowboys, man. Enjoy this one first. Enjoy this one. We got all week to talk and hype up the Cowboys and then take care of business on Thursday. Enjoy this dub. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on the Louie Tee Network on Sunday Night Football overtime. Packers drop to 4-6, and it's not pretty for the Green Bay Packers right now. All the injuries are starting to mount, and it's starting to take a toll on a team that right now can't find their footing. And there could be wholesale changes coming in Green Bay. I don't know. I think Mike McCarthy's still a hell of a head coach. I hate to see him get fired off of just one bad season. But it's not going well for them right now. And this is another bad result as they give up another ton of points. Last week it was 47. This week it's 42. Packers are reeling. They're now 4-6 on the season. Redskins get the victory once again. 42-24. Go to 6-3-1 on the season. Set up a huge matchup with the 9-1 Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. For everyone out there that joined me, for everyone that commented, for everyone that watched tonight, I thank you for joining me here on the Louie Tee Network. For everybody out there, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I will see you on Thanksgiving breaking down those primetime games on Thanksgiving. Have a good one. See you next time.
Broncos won the Super Bowl when Peyton Manning retired. 49ers won 5 games and Tom Sula got fired. RG's in Cleveland and my Rams hit the West Coast. Be sleepless in Seattle cause that 12-man ain't beast mode. Oh yeah, I knew it was something I forgot to mention. Yeah, old Tom Brady about to get that suspension. Yeah, I know the Pats fans probably think that's whack. Yeah, but at the end of the day, your balls was flat. It's that time again. It's that time again to go hard in the offseason, cause we trying to win. We gon' go so hard, we don't take no days off. Hopefully one day it's all gonna pay off. Shout out your defense, they tissue, cause they